Hi, Shah here. I hope you're doing well. So in my last video, I shared an update on investing in 20s and I got a very good response. People in 20s really appreciated it. So in this video, I'm going to share how you can invest in your 30s to enable you to achieve your financial freedom. So watch this video till the very end. When I was in my 20s, I was focusing on my career growth. Only thing I was thinking about was my career. And I'm sure many of you would be in the same boat. And that's why in my last video, I talked about why you should start thinking early about investing. If you have not watched that episode, you can watch it by clicking over here. In that video, I shared with you how investing early in your 20s can help you achieve your financial freedom. What happens when you turn 30? What changes? What should you be doing in your 30s? We're going to cover it here in this video. So in my case, when I was in my 20s, I invested in real estate, as many of us do. And then I lost money, as many of us do, because we don't know the substance. We don't know the subject. And we just doing it because our friends are doing it. And for us, there is more appetite to take risks. So we take the risk and we go all in. And then we make these rookie mistakes and then we lose the money and then we learn our lesson. But the important thing is not to give up. And then when you turn 30, your goal should be to create one solid investment. So in my case, I was living in the UK and for me it was very important to have somewhere to live. And usually people take two routes. People start renting and that seems very easier. And short term it's really good. But in long term, you're paying a lot of money just in rent, which is just going down the drain. So logically, you want to have a place where you are paying mortgage installments and then that contributes towards building your equity in your own house. And eventually in 20 years, 25 years, you start owning that house. So many people choose to go down that route. But usually in 20s, they are renting and then in 30s, they start realizing it slowly and gradually. And then that desire becomes so strong, then they act on it. As a result of that, they become the homeowner. So I strongly recommend you to start thinking, if you don't own your own house in your 30s, you're still renting, start thinking seriously about how you can own your own house. Make a plan for that. If you think mortgage is un-Islamic, you need to see there are other options available. There are Islamic financing options available. Although they're a little bit expensive, but you will have that peace of mind that it is Islamic. And so that is the starting point. And then when you are in your mid 30s, you will have that decision made and you will be living in your own property. By the way, you also need to consider where you're living, because sometimes the cost of borrowing is less than the cost of living in your own house because there are so many taxes. In the case of UK, the council tax that you pay is increasing over time. However, I still think that it's better to own your own house. That's what I was doing in my 30s. I was feeling financially very secure because I was not burning money on rent every month. Now you're in your mid 30s. Now is the time that you start thinking, now that you've made a very good sound investment in real estate that is giving you very good return. Not only that you're saving in terms of your rent because you're paying your mortgage installment, but you're also, the value of the house is increasing. There's a capital gain over time that you will benefit from. So these are the two things that will happen. Now you think about what else you can do. So you need to think of diversifying. Now that you've made a solid investment in real estate, now think about making investments in other asset classes like stocks, like digital assets, and also gold. So consider these options as well. Stocks are performing really well. As of now, we are standing at a time where the interest rates are being reduced by different governments. Fed in US has just reduced the interest rate. Now people will be spending more. They'll be buying more houses and all. They'll be making more investments. So you'll see a lot of economic activity. Same is the case with Pakistan. Same is the case with other countries as well. So these are the times stock exchange is performing really well in Pakistan these days. So that is what you are seeing, that economic growth is really going high because of reduced interest rates. And guess what? Interest rates are predicted to go even further down. So that will even stimulate the economy more. When you've got less interest rate, that means you have less mortgage installments to pay, so you've got more money to spend. And that is where people spend buying luxury items. I don't want you to buy luxury items. I would rather want you to invest in the extra income that you have. Start investing, start creating a portfolio. Now you will see that when you start doing this in 30s, that is going to immensely help you to have a balanced, established portfolio in your 40s. And then that will get you closer to your financial freedom as well. What happens is this, that, the compounding does its magic over long term. So giving you an example of Warren Buffett, His secret was not that he was a brilliant investor. His secret also that he was a long-term investor. He had been investing for almost 75 years because he started investing at this age of 10 years. And the compounding did the real magic. So after 80% or 85% of his wealth came after he was 65 years old. That is the magic of compounding. So that's the experience that you can also get if you have invested wisely in your 30s. So lastly, you need to be clear about your investment goals. So define your investment goals. They should be cornerstone of your investment strategy. You need to have short-term, mid-term, long-term goals well defined, and then start investing. Remember, investing is not just about growing money. It's about having a future where you have choices to make decisions, to spend more time with your loved ones, and then eventually achieve your financial freedom. So I hope you liked the video. Give us a thumbs up, and if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so as well. We'll be back soon with our video on investing in 40s. So stay tuned for that. Thank you. Bye now.